I've been really looking forward to watching the first episode of Welcome to the Ballroom. And the reason why is because my friend that goes off and reads manga and watches anime I've never seen before, he was telling me about Welcome to the Ballroom. And the funny thing is that Welcome to the Ballroom is a series that he would never really read because it's about dancing. And so I was really surprised when my friend was like, hey, Welcome to the Ballroom is going to be an amazing fucking series. If it's done properly, the anime is good, you are just going to love this series. That's what he was telling me. And I was like, really? And I was like, you know what? I know you don't like these series often, but for you to say you liked it, and you're saying that it's going to be good if it's done right, I'm like, you know what? I want to give it a shot, and I'm really interested to see why you love it so much. And to my surprise, first episode, it was quality. Fantastic first episode of an anime. It definitely nailed all those right points to really get the person's attention to want to continue watching this series. Now, just to quickly get into the obvious, the art style of this series, it might remind you of a certain series, you might not remember, but the art style of this series is very similar to Haikyuu, which is obvious because of the studio, Production IG. So, the art style is straight up Haikyuu. So, if you've ever watched Haikyuu and all that, you'll know that the art style is very similar. Like, the character design and everything, it's very similar to that, which is a very welcome thing, because I love Haikyuu's character design. It's something I truly appreciate and enjoy. Some might not like it, but I do like that character design. And so, when I saw Welcome to the Ballroom, I'm like, oh, this is a very nice design. And knowing what I know from Haikyuu, the other seasons, you know, that series, I know that series looks fan-fucking-tastic, and if I want to see something in terms of similar art and animation like Haikyuu in this series, Welcome to the Ballroom, then I'm expecting some great things. Like, I'm expecting some solid things from this series, and one of the big things about the series of what it's about dancing. And so if there's one thing I know that Production IG can do, it's definitely sports series. It's definitely stuff that has fluid movement that always takes place in a certain segment of a show, because you see it a lot in Haikyuu because of the characters having to move when they're playing their matches, and you're going to see that a lot because of this series is focused around dancing. So yeah, just FYI, what is Welcome to the Ballroom about? It's a dancing anime. Now, I know many of you out there right now, myself included, I was thinking that too, I'm just gonna tackle that right now. Many of you are probably thinking like, oh my god, you're watching a dancing anime. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Look, okay, I don't normally get into dancing. Like, I can't dance. I can't dance at all. Okay? I'm a shitty dancer. But I don't normally like these either. But the way the first episode was done, I'm willing to say that it was a fantastic way to get me into these type of shows, though. Because the way the first episode was directed, it was so inspiring. I mean, maybe not where I would get up and try to learn how to dance, but it was very inspiring to see how someone would go so far to try to change themselves or better themselves as a person. And that's stuff I really love to see from any show I watch or anything I read. It's just, I like to see characters trying to take the initiative to change themselves and better themselves so where they can be better in the future. And that's what the main male character does. He is someone that is shown to not have an objective in life. He doesn't really know what he wants to do. He's kind of like at a dead end. He's about to be done with school. He doesn't know what he wants to do. He's not really good at school either. And so he's like, fuck, what am I going to do with my life? And as he's just sitting here going day by day with no real clear goal, eventually he manages to accidentally wind up in this, you know, training area where it was focusing on dancing. He winds up there, and then he learned how to kind of slightly do the basics, and he fell in love. And the way he actually used that, and he was saying things that he couldn't believe he was saying, like he wanted to learn to dance or whatever, when he was saying in his mind, like, what am I doing? He was very self-aware of himself. He was very self-aware of how he normally would react or how he was, and I like that about his character. And then when he actually initiated to try to learn how to dance, it was demonstrating that, you know, this man is going on to the proper path. He has found his calling. He has found something that he could definitely do, and something that truly makes him happy. And that's the type of stuff I really like. And like I said, it's very inspiring. So, Welcome to the Ballroom, Episode 1. was everything I would want from a series. It is. From a first episode, it gave proper characterization, it gave a very good setting, great art, great animation, great music, great opening song, just overall a very good episode. And I could see why my friend really enjoyed this. Now, I don't know exactly how the manga compares to the anime, because I haven't read the original source, but I'll have to ask my friend later. But basically, though, in terms of the first episode, from what I can see, it looks like a solid series. It looks like something that could possibly rival the popularity of maybe Yuri on Ice. Now, I know many have a harsh opinion to that series because of all the things that happened with the awards ceremony, which I understand that. Like, Yuri on Ice still did not deserve all those awards it got earlier this year. However, it was a good series. It was a good fucking anime. And so I could see this series potentially rivaling that series in terms of popularity and maybe even gaining more popularity than Yuri on Ice, depending on how Production IG takes this, because I could see a lot of the Yuri on Ice fandom, the fans, jumping on board to this series just because it's focused on dancing. It may not be ice skating, but it is dancing. So I feel like if you were ever into that series, like if you like dancing or something, you might like this. But just because there is that similarity, there's obviously some distinct differences too. And I mean, pretty obvious distinct differences. So I don't think I really need to point those out. But yeah. Gonna continue watching this. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. I like the main male character. I like the teacher. Just overall, wonderful episode. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I love you all so much. Please be safe. Chibi out.